Primal Punch here, Django here, coming at you with just some simple little finger and thumb strengthening exercises that we can do with our Card Rippers helper, okay, from Camp Verde Rope and Gear. And I've got the advanced versions of this cooking as we speak, so those should be done soon. Super stoked about that. Alright, so one simple one that we can do here, okay, is apply pressure. Alright, and if we're pushing hard enough, we're going to get a little bit of a bow, alright, in it around our thumb. And then turn it down, turn it up, turn it down, turn it up, okay? Super simple. Now, this one's really great. You're going to feel this, and as you see, of course, you're going to get some forearm involvement, alright? So we're going to go ahead, and you see it's a simple grip here, and we want to keep the fingers close together, you know? It's working as a single unit. And now, we're going to push, maintaining that our grip on the outsides, okay? And then pull. Push, and then pull. Alright? Just do that a few times, and then let's switch. So it'll be narrow grip for the hand that was doing wide grip, and vice versa. Alright, so pull and push. Pull and push. And you're going to be having to apply more of that inward pressure to keep your fingers tight on there. It's an excellent, excellent little exercise. You know, and you can fool around with these. There's a lot that you can do. Just simple stuff, you know, that will really help you beef up your wrists, your forearms, your hands, the tendon strength, and all of the above. Alright, so like I'm doing here, I'm just trying to break it, you know, and it's not happening. And here you can do this lengthwise, and this is going to build up the pain tolerance in your fingertips and everything as well, you know. So you want to involve your thumbs, get those thumbs in there, get them working, you know. Really cool stuff. It's all things that are not only going to help us with tearing cards, okay, but also with just overall grip strength, our wrist strength, forearm strength, you know, and individual finger strength as well. You know, and of course, you can, in your normal, your card pairing position there, and I really do like this right here. This is just my favorite, man. It just feels really good all the way through here. Well, that's it. Just wanted to break out the Card Rippers helper again and show some cool stuff. Working on grip work, but mostly focusing on the Steel Benders helpers. Got a good workout in yesterday, but I didn't go for any real max hits. Although I did have a cool little deal happen here. I you know, still have all of my steel bars, you know, because I was offering steel certifications, and so I broke out one of my 5/16 cold rolled steel, 5/16 by 7 inch, and just put some three-quarter wraps that I trimmed down, you know, where the end had gotten so frazzled. I cut off, like, you know, that much. So, you know, took it down to about 3/4 the normal length of your Iron Mind wrap, and slapped those on here, and darned if I didn't move it. I'll include a picture. It moved like 2-3 degrees, and you know, that's as much as I was ever able to get with, you know, single wraps on the 5/16 cold rolled steel, because I just never you know, never went for it that hard, because again, got to save my hands for work and for weaving rope. But that happened, so that was super cool, you know. I mean, I just working back from injury after injury, you know, leg, from the dogs, back from the dogs, fall off the roof of the house, you know. And that wasn't my fault. I blame the wind and the rain. It got slippery up there. So it was a really good feeling because I've been hitting those Steel Benders helpers, and when I picked up that and was able to move it just a few degrees, a couple degrees in those 3/4 wraps, boy, was that a cool feeling, man. You know, just like, I know, you know what I mean. So that was really cool. I just thought I'd share that with you. And so I didn't go really hard yesterday because I wanted to be able to do some volume work today on my sub-intermediate Steel Benders helper. So I'm trying to pace myself so that I can work out every day, because I really I want to get that endurance of muscle back. So that's my my goal right now, is to work toward those timed holds, because with the heat the way it's been and having to work outside so much, I feel like I'm kind of stripping myself of magnesium a little bit, because I've ended up where I'm not what's the word, like, I don't have consistency with my ability on those timed holds. I mean, one day I hit the intermediate and got almost 6 minutes, and then the next day, or the next time I worked out, 2 days later, I was the plague shakes kicked in like within the first minute, and I topped out at 3.5 minutes on the intermediate. So I want to get that consistency up, really working on that, and that's why I want to work the volume, because that's where I build that strength. That's where I build that kind of strength that's going to help me with those timed hold certifications. So I'm using this now, where I'm just kind of hitting it, not for, not trying to bend it, but just doing like kind of extended holds on it, where it's just maybe 40% strength or something like that, because I need to build up the callus on my fingers again, that are specific to bending steel. Because when I bend steel, my hands are slightly different than they are when I do the Steel Benders helper. On the Steel Benders helper, my fingers stay together. When I bend steel, you notice how the forefinger comes out a little bit, and so these right here on the middle finger take the impact, and I'm not going to tear that skin like I used to. So I'm doing these hits in order to build up callus on there, sort of a compression callus, rather than just tearing it up. So that's one of my plans. Oh, all right. Had a couple people ask about some grip ideas at home that you can do without having a lot of money, without spending money, I mean. So find yourself a piece of a 2x4, all right? You want it to be, let's say, 7 inches, and the rest of the measurements you don't get to choose, Anyway, why does he even have to say that? I don't know. Anyway, what you can do is you take that piece of 2x4, drill a hole in one end, dead center about, 1 or 2 inches up, and then drill a hole dead center on the whole thing, all right? And now you can loop, 2 holes that are going to be, find dead center and then go out 3/4 of an inch to either side lengthwise, all right? So it's going to be dead center on the 3.5 inch, and just off center to each one like 3/4 of an inch. Now, what you can do with this is use it for pinch lifts, all right? And if you don't have weights, get some old milk jugs, old laundry detergent jugs, fill them with sand, and now you just hook a loop of rope through all those buggers and attach it to your grip. Now you can use it for your narrow grips this way, so you would have your rope through one of the holes that you put in there, all right? Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't explain that well. It's off center sidewise, not lengthwise, for the two, all right? So you'll be able to pinch grip like that, and you've got the rope through the bottom hole, because you'll have two if you're looking at it this way, okay? So you can do your lifts like that, you know, just lift from the ground. You're using some paracord, rope, whatever you got. Now, you want to do a wide grip. You've got those two holes, and so that's going to help you, it's going to stabilize that load, okay? So you would loop your rope through both of those holes, bring it down, and attach it to the rope that you've got on your weights, and now you've got a 3.5 inch wide pinch grip, okay? And you're going to have to work stabilizer muscles to keep that sucker too. And, you know, you can go ahead and, you know, do an awful lot with it. You can use that same piece of wood, of course, for your steel bending isos. You know, here for the kink, and then you would turn it to the 3.5 inch. That's your sweep, and then sideways, your crush. You know, it's really about just taking the time to look around and see what you've got that you can turn into a weight. You know, I mean, I've worked out with a pillowcase full of books, sandbags, just rock, 5-gallon buckets. You know, a lot of times, if you just kind of go down wherever you're going to have like a bunch of restaurants or fast food row, you know, they get some of their ingredients in big 5-gallon buckets, and you can score those buckets back there, and those, man, you can make some excellent weights out of those. You know, you put 2 buckets on the end of a piece of steel pipe or an old fence post, and you fill those buckets with rocks. You can do curls, overhead lifts, you know, all kinds of stuff. You can do curls with just the buckets, and, you know, take you some shop rags or whatever, and you can make your thick grips on those buckets. That's what I like to do. I bust that plastic off, because that little plastic doohickey handles, those aren't dependable. So then you would wrap this around the wire handle, right? And just add more shop rags, and you can make yourself some thick grips on there. You know, super, you know, just super versatile 5-gallon buckets, man. Some of my favorites, you know. And I do not recommend those Home Depot buckets, though. I can't recommend those buckets. I bought a couple for around here, and one failed out just like 3/4 of the way full of gravel. Failed out on me. The wire handle actually pulled through the plastic and ripped through my hand. Just tore my hand wide open, you know. And the buckets cracked and split and stuff like that in less than half a year. Meanwhile, the buckets that like the Henry Roof Rubber came in, and the ones from fast food restaurants and restaurants, those ones have held up for 6-7 years. So I really would recommend, just for the sake of not being injured and not wasting your money, not to get those Home Depot buckets, man. They're just really flimsy, surprisingly so. But 5-gallon buckets are great. Laundry detergent jugs are generally going to be, you know, significantly stronger than your milk jugs, so I recommend those over top of milk jugs. You know, just be safe, and you're going to want to duct tape the lid, because otherwise, if you're doing any kind of lifts with your milk jugs and laundry detergent, that lid jiggle loose and you just sand, you know, down. And I'm speaking from experience, okay? So bear that in mind. That's just some stuff, you know, that you can do at home that is going to help you take your grip to the next level, take your overall body strength to the next level. You know, you can do those shop rag trick, or, you know, dish towel, old socks. I've used old socks, you know. You can use that trick on just about any old bar to make it thicker, and, you know, just duct tape around it, or grip tape if you got it, electrical tape, whatever kind of tape you got. Sound like Bubba from Forrest Gump, man. Electrical tape, duct tape, packing tape, grip tape. That's about it. But yeah, man, so you can do a lot, all right? Just trying to encourage you to to empower yourself with your own fitness and self-defense, you know, and just take a look around, because there's stuff that's useful, stuff that you can use, and that'll help. All right, and I'll try and put together a video, you know, showing a little 2x4 pinch block I'm talking about, but you know, you can visualize it, and like that. So I just wanted to catch up real quick and show the Card Rippers Helper. I've been enjoying that, you know, and just alternating with that, and then, you know, my rubber bands for doing the extensor work and like that. So raw tiger claw. But that's it. I appreciate y'all for coming and hanging out with me. All right. So y'all live free, punch hard, and bend hard, and rip hard. Alright? And be good to yourselves, because you're worth it, and I dig you. And thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me, okay? I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me, alright? Catch y'all later. Bye.